Hello again, everyone. It's Charlie. Welcome back to the Chatting Footy Show YouTube channel today. On a day that is a very sad day for football. The Super League, or the European Super League, whatever the fuck you want to call it. Shambles, that's what I want to call it. But for those of you who don't know, I mean, there may be people who don't know. 12 clubs. 6 from England, 3 from Italy and 3 from Spain have all agreed to join up to the European Super League, whatever you want to call it. And that basically means that they're going to break away from their domestic leagues, domestic competitions, and just form their own unique little league where they can play against all the best teams in the world week in, week out. They've proposed a format to play them alongside the domestic leagues and competitions, but in terms of our standpoint in England, the Premier League and the FA have said, no fucking way are you doing that. It's just not plausible, is it? I mean, I think each team's getting 3.5 billion. You can't have, for example, Man City, you can't have City be injected with $3.5 billion or whatever it is, spend crazy money on crazy players, and then have them come up against newly promoted Norwich. It's just not feasible. It's not fair. It isn't fair. Like, City have got a lot of money anyway. Man United have, Liverpool have, they've all got these American owners. Why do they need to join this league? It's stupid. It's stupid. And, for once, you're seeing on Twitter and on YouTube, no matter what team you support at the minute, everybody is in agreement with this. There's nobody having a go at rival fans or arguing on Twitter or anything. For once, in a slightly positive way, it's bringing UK football fans together. This is going to affect the game. And, not just Premier League. It's going to affect Championship, League 1, League 2, grassroots. It's going to affect it all in such a negative way. And it's an absolute disgrace. I'm not blaming the managers, players or anyone like that from the football clubs. It's not their fault. They are not to blame for this. I mean, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer got asked about it after the Man United-Burnley game yesterday. Why are they asking him that? He's not made the decision. It's the execs, it's the board, the owners, them blokes who sit in a private box sipping champagne every week, not even watching the game. They don't care about football. They don't care about the fans. They don't care about Dave, the Man City fan who's supported them for 50 odd years and had a season ticket holder. Has had a season ticket for 50 odd years. They don't care about these sorts of fans. And it's an utter disgrace. I'm so glad that I'm a Leeds fan and that, our club's not run by greedy bastards like that. And, I've been speaking to friends, I have friends who support these teams in the top 6. And, they're all in agreement as well. It's an absolute joke. One hilarious thing that I find really hilarious about this is how Spurs are being classed as a top 6 team. Arsenal are considered as a top 6 team. I can slightly understand Arsenal in the sense of they're a big name in English football, but on the other side of the coin, they struggled to get a point against Fulham yesterday. A point against Fulham. They had to score a 97th minute equaliser to get a draw with Fulham at home. Fulham, who are pretty much down. How are they considered as a top 6 club? They've never won a European trophy. And yeah, there'll be Arsenal fans thinking, I'm a Leeds fan, I've never... Yeah, but every team is saying this. Every team is saying this. It's a joke. Spurs have sacked Mourinho as well today. That club's an utter shambles. You're about to play a League Cup final against Man City and you're sacking your manager. It's a joke. Football at the minute, this is going to cause it is causing a shitstorm in the Premier League. And you know what? If these owners of these clubs, if they don't want to play Premier League, then fuck off. And go play in your stupid Super League or whatever the fuck it's called. Because I tell you what, after a season or two, when it inevitably goes tits up, because it will, something will happen where it stops and it doesn't happen anymore. When that time comes and they come crawling back and want to get back in this league, fuck them off and put them down to National League, League 2, wherever, put them as far down in the pyramid as humanly possible and make them earn their status back in the promised land. And yeah, part of me is thinking like it's going to benefit Leeds. It's going to benefit Leeds, Everton, Newcastle, West Ham, Leicester, all these teams, these proper clubs that are run by proper people, right? Yeah, it's going to benefit us, you know. We could see Leeds either winning the Premier League or being in the top 4. And yeah, it's fun to think about, but at the same time, it's not going to have that same meaning. It's not going to have the same essence to it. Like, when we beat City at the Etihad last week, like, that was an unbelievable moment in our season, but you wouldn't get that if those teams are not in this league. As much as I hate Man United and that, you know, they're a big club in this country, and without them in this league, without them, Chelsea, Arsenal, Spurs, Liverpool, without them, this league, I mean, it'll still be a good league and it'll be more competitive in a way, but I waited 16 years as a Leeds fan for Leeds to get promoted, to play these teams, Man United, Man City, Liverpool, Chelsea. And the fact that from next season, potentially, that might not happen. Yeah, I mean, you know, the whole point of wanting fans back in the ground is so you can do these away days to these big grounds, but that's not going to happen now, is it? By the looks of it. And it's just an absolute joke. Are these players really going to want to play in a European Super League? Get banned from playing for the country, playing in a World Cup, a Euros, Champions League, Premier League? Really? No, not for me. It's an absolute joke, an absolute disgrace. And you know what? Fuck them off, get rid of them, and let's have a more competitive Premier League and try and remain positive about football in this country. Because they don't care about the fans. They don't care about the football, the legacies of these clubs. They don't care. So why should we care about them? Fuck them off. Put them down as far down the football pyramid as possible. Even if it doesn't materialise, even if it doesn't actually happen, relegate them anyway. They agreed to do it. Relegate them, deduct points. The fact that City have agreed to join this league and then they're potentially going to get their hands on this Premier League, it's a disgrace, it's a joke. Get them relegated, deduct points, fine them, everything possible because they deserve it. Because the backlash that they're getting at the moment, it can't be worth it. Like, even if they pull out of it, this will never be forgotten. This will never be forgotten. You know, they're treating this league as if it's just a joke. You know, they don't care about the teams who are fighting to get into this league and come up against these teams, the revenue that these clubs need. They don't care. They simply don't care. So again, like I've just said, why should we care about them? Fuck them off. It's an absolute joke. Sorry that this video's got to be a bit negative and a bit irate, but, you know, I've seen other football fan channels doing it. I've seen it all over Sky Sports. I wasn't going to do a video on it because I didn't want to be negative, but I thought I'd jump on and just give my overall thoughts. You've probably heard these thoughts from other people, but like I said, we're all in agreement and we're all of the same opinion. So if you agree with everything I've just said, I'm sure that you do. Hit me up with a like on the video, hit me up with a comment, and please subscribe for more. And yeah, the next video on the channel will be my post-match to tonight's game against Liverpool on the channel, so watch out for that, and I'll see you in that one, guys. Cheers.